I'm sure all of you are as shocked as we are that 12 days in to this transfer window, we've actually signed a player and we're actually registering ourselves in this transfer window early on. Yes, it's happening. Pinch yourself. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. Back with the Transfer Speculation Show, keeping you up to date with all of the latest transfer news. A live one, because why not? I'm joined by Mike and Gary tonight. Firstly, Mike, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad at all, mate. Yeah, not too bad.
Good. And I'm joined by Gary as well. Gary, how are you?
I'm good, enjoying the sunshine and England winning at cricket for a change. It's all good.
I know. What is going on? Yeah, madness, an absolute madness. But we are going to be talking a bit about all of the transfers tonight. Yeah, plenty going on. Let's just start off then. Are we all surprised with the position we're currently in? One done, a couple look pretty close.
It's about right, mate, isn't it? I mean, you know, we've not been the best, have we? We've not been the best, but hey, it is still early days, really. So, I mean, some players have only just got back off international duty. So, hey, but now they got to get themselves in gear and start getting on with it.
Yeah,
I'm pleased with the signing we made, though, Jake. I think that guy is the sort of player we should be looking at. 26, full international experience, European football. I think in today's market, 30 million euros, not the end of the world. So I'm quite pleased with that.
Yeah, and we've got the exclusive as well. Everyone can say hello in 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's covering you up, Gary. Look, he's covering you up. There he is.
That's the best view of me ever.
Exactly. Look at him. Look at him there. Look. Of course, Aguerd was announced. Was it yesterday? As West Ham's first summer signing for around £30 million. We think the Moroccan international came from Rennes. He beat Mbappe in a pace race, Mike.
Oh, he looks very quick. Yeah, best kept secret ever. I think that one was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We all, well, to be fair, we all had a bit of a panic attack about a week before when we thought he was all good. He was off to Newcastle, shipped off to Newcastle. He's in the country, but he's off to Newcastle.
I mean, everyone's going to be worried about Newcastle, aren't they? Trying to gazump you, know. The easy way is to look at other people, see who they're going for. Oh, we'll jump in there and gazump them, sticking another 5 million on top, and we're, a
few more wages.
It's easy for them, pay them a bit more money, blah blah blah. But he said he was coming to us and he stuck with it. So fair dues to the guy. What I've seen of him, he does look rapid, doesn't he? He does look rapid, but
he does. Yeah.
He looks strong. He looks quick. He uses the ball quite well. So hopefully it'll fit in.
So was Ryan Fred. He was rapid.
Yeah.
I know. We'll get onto him in a minute. But Mike, your crackle's come back again. If you want to. Oh, here we go. Right, we'll just lob you out whilst he sorts himself out. Let's jump into the comments section. Hello, it's been a while. How are we? Pete, firstly, or Jake and Richard, come on, you want to hope you're both well. Matt, hope you're well. No one's ever here before him. He's here, don't worry. Yeah, he's here. James, hope you are well. Robert as well. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Fresh Buddha says that's a good enough admission of guilt for me. Hey, we've signed a player. Woohoo! Exactly. I just had to go, really? Have we actually signed a player? I mean, to be fair, Gary, it was the world's worst kept secret. We all knew about it.
Absolutely.
But it was still a surprise for it to actually go to plan, and it was announced when we thought it was going to be announced.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm really pleased with that signing. I think it's a good signing. I'm a little bit worried about Areola because I understand the option runs out at the end of the month. So, and today's what's the day? 22nd, isn't it? So we've got 8 days to get that done. So I hope that doesn't fall through because Pope's gone on the way to Newcastle and Johnston's signed for Palace. So we need to make sure we get that done.
Oh, Gary, you've got the crackle now as well. What is going on with this? What is going on with this thing? Anyway, we'll try and work with it. But Robert, good first signing, exactly. Yeah, he looks decent enough. The way I look at it is he's said all the right stuff. We know he's probably told to say this stuff, but he said he wanted number 6, Mike. But he said obviously he couldn't have that for obvious reasons. He said they all say it's a dream come true in it, but they'd never heard of West Ham 3 months ago. But looks like a very good signing.
We've got to start somewhere, mate, and it looks a decent one. Time will tell. The Premier League is a different animal, in it, full stop. But he's got the attributes. You need to be quick. You need to be strong. So that's a good start.
At least his first game might be against Haaland. That should be fun, shouldn't it?
Exactly. That'd be a great.
That's a good first test, isn't it?
What a baptism of fire! Just mark this guy out of the game.
Right, who have we got first then? Man City, Haaland up front. Who's that geezer? That geezer? Honestly. But to be fair, I'm kind of disappointed if he does come in for the first game. We're not going to see the battle that everybody wants to see. Haaland versus Big Craig Dawson. We're just not going to see it, are we? Because I mean, let's talk about like Gary. Do you think he comes in straight away at the start of the season and dislodges Dawson, even after his immense season?
Dawson's immense, but we have to be honest. If Oggy was fit, he wouldn't have played so many games, and you don't pay 30 million euros or pounds, whatever, to stick him in the reserve. So I think he's definitely going to start him and Zuma.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, we've spent 30 million pounds on players before, and they haven't started. But in a position like this, he looks like the business. I think he would start. Mr. Andy Miles is back from sunning himself up for a week. You eventually got back, mate. Hope you well.
He had more than a week, didn't he?
About 3 weeks out there, didn't he? In the end.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right. Here's a fiery debate. Can I ask a question? Does anyone like the new home kit? I think it's awful.
Right.
Splitting opinions, isn't it?
First of all, when I saw it, first of all, I really didn't like it. But looking at, I don't know, on some of the players, it doesn't look too bad now. It's growing on me a little bit.
I'm the same. I didn't like it at all, and it's growing on me a bit as well. I think it's getting used to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, then, to be fair, I can understand why people don't like it, but to be fair, I'm not really too bothered. I'll make a full assessment on it when I see it. Well, full assessment, Christ, who am I? But I'll kind of make my mind up when I see it in person, up close on people. I'm not really bothered, to be honest with you. Kit's a kit, innit? If it's nice, I'll say it's nice. It's in the middle, meh. Whatever it is, isn't it? Robert says, Pete, regarding the kit, it seems to be growing on people. It is. To be fair, people say, I hate it, I'm not going to buy it. End of season sale, they'll all buy it.
End of season sale, yeah, we'll have it.
Mid-season sale probably as well in January. They'll probably wheel them out for about 40 quid. There we go. Fill your boots.
But 85 quid, aren't they, an adult shirt?
I know, it's ridiculous. They flipping put the price of bread up and the West Ham shirts.
Exactly.
Let me have a look. They have gone a bit mad. I mean, because
85 quid, I looked when I thought, I'm paying that.
Is it 85 quid now? Christ, I thought it was about 70. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 65. Then if you have all the trimmings on it as well, it adds up, doesn't it? Oh, here he is. All the way from Fuerteventura.
He's back. He's made it back.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Not gonna lie, I'm not coping going back to work. It was horrible the last 2 days.
Was it? Oh. When did you get back? Early hours of Monday, didn't you?
Yeah, I got back between, I think it was like 3 o'clock Monday morning. Got into the door. So yeah, fun and games, but getting a nice bit of compensation from EasyJet, so I can't complain.
No, lovely.
Claim as much as you can.
But me and the missus were saying, it was like yesterday, I was getting the shakes because I've normally had about 5 or 6 beers by midday.
And then a siesta in the afternoon.
Oh, mate, the siestas by the pool were just immense. But since I've had COVID, my snoring has got really, really bad. I'm not just saying it. I used to snore, but like since I've had it, and like the missus every now and again giving me a nudge because where I'm snoring so loud, they can probably hear it over the music. That's how loud I'm going.
Oh dear. Well, you've come back.
Watch out for the snoring side effects.
Yeah, I know.
Well, to be fair, you've come back to some pretty decent weather, though.
Oh yeah, I know. I've got a festival on Saturday. That's meant to be still nice, about 22 degrees.
Lovely.
And obviously, I'm up Somerset next weekend, aren't I?
Yeah, what about that? What
You
about
timed that
that?
right, missing all the bloody traffic down here this week.
Cool, you have, yeah.
What,
Madness.
tube strikes? Is it still back? Is that what's causing the traffic? Or
No,
No, it's
Glastonbury, obviously.
blooming Glastonbury
Where
Festival
you're
down there.
stopping, mate, you could hear it from there.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mad. But just before we carry on, I know Mike and Gary know. I don't know whether Andy knows though. Got somebody special coming on in a couple of weeks. Mike's smiling. Andy, do you know? Don't say who it is, but do you know who it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows who it is. Put it in your diary. Start of July. Notifications on. You'll be notified before. But yeah, just say something very nice, very nice. Just like all them beers on the beach in Fuerteventura. Sean, hope you're well. Let's get that stupid shot off our screen. Where are we going next? John Longello's staying. Moyes wants to promote him to the first team squad. Yeah, he probably will, but he won't get a sniff of game time, no, will he? Let's be honest. You know, we're still talking about David Moyes there. Still talking about Moyes. Chris, hope you're keeping well. Relax about Areola. We're the only ones in talks with him. He knows us. We know him. Yeah, I'd just like us to get it done before the 30th of June. Just get it done and then focus on.
I think he's gone on holiday, isn't he? He's gone on holiday
has.
now, so that won't get done.
He's
But
had blood fight you, Andy.
no, it's. I get where some people are coming from with like panicking, like with other clubs doing business first. But if our targets, who we want, have not been snapped up by other team, I don't really care. It's when they go in for pre-season. So if we get them done in the next couple of weeks and they're there for training, I'm not really that worried. I don't know about you guys, really.
Yeah. I think you know I'm a little bit more confident now that we've obviously seen off the Newcastle interest because they pretty much signed Pope now, so that's that done. So Newcastle aren't going to be interested. It should just be a one-way road now from Areola to us, really. You know, as somebody said up here, John said, you know, he knows us, we know him, he fits in well, he played well, and I think if he's given the assurances he comes in as the number one next season, I think he signs it. What is it, £10 million? It's a flipping no-brainer, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolute no-brainer.
But I know it's causing a stir, but do you know Jesse Lingard is still paying rent on his apartment in Stratford?
Oh, for goodness sake. Is he?
He's still paying rent on it, so it is.
How do you know this estate agent, Andy?
Well, I've heard my sources, but yeah, no. Same as Areola. Areola hasn't done it either.
In his apartment, Tower Hamlets.
No, it's the one above David Moyes, isn't it, in Stratford?
Is it?
Big apartment, yeah.
Oh, go down for a pint with Moyes then.
I still think he'll sign.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, Areola, yeah. Not Lingard.
Not Lingard?
I think Lingard will still sign.
Yeah, so do I.
I think it'll go abroad.
I think as well. I think it was Darmesh said in the said a couple of days ago as well. You know, we're still keeping. I think he said one eye open in terms of Lingard. And I'd be surprised if it happens, and I wouldn't in a way. You know, it's just kind of that in the middle where I think most West Ham fans have given up now and went, if he signs, he signs. If he doesn't, I really couldn't care less. But
Jay,
you know, with the
right, would you prefer Brozier or Lingard?
Oh, Brozier every day.
Yeah.
Twice on a Sunday. You know, a striker. I think he's there as a proven now Premier League striker who, yes, did blow hot and cold in that Southampton side, but look what he's got around him. You put Bowen, Fornals, whoever else around him, I think he becomes a better player instantly, and he knows where the back of the net is, and Mikel Antonio doesn't. You know.
I think he fits our style of play. I think he'd fit in. I think you could just shoehorn him in. I mean, he's still young, mine. You know, if you look at it, it's 6 goals he scored. You know, and he had a bit of a hot and he had a bit of a cold time, and you get that with youngsters. But I think he fits in the way West Ham would wanting to play. Yeah, I think Chelsea has got to sort themselves out with Lukaku, haven't they? Because he's going out on loan. And, you know, they're going to need another backup striker. So, I don't know. I reckon that might take a while to see what Chelsea are going to do.
Yeah. Gary?
Yeah, I mean, I like Brozier. He was one of the few centre forwards that gave Dawson a hard time last season. He really terrorised him. And down to the first game, the 0-0, he gave O'Connor a hard time when he came on as well. And in the cup game that we went to, he was good.
Oh,
then.
God, he was good, yeah.
So I really would like him. He's 21 years old. So if we can get him for 30 million, that'd be a fantastic piece of business.
Yeah.
I actually understand where West Ham are coming from, because Chelsea do this with so many players. They're trying to add this buyback thing, and I wouldn't buy him if they want that in, because Man City sort of got away with it with Iniacho, didn't they? Because we was linked to him. They had that buyback option, but I think that's gone. But I don't want that in the deal, because if he smashes it for us last year and then he's gone a year later, we've just done the development for him.
Exactly.
Very true.
We've got to be smart with our contract negotiations, which we all know we aren't. We aren't very smart at, but Chelsea is smart, but we've got to work around it. Robert says Lingard's ship has sailed, as far as I'm concerned. That is many of the West Ham fans' mentality with it, but I've still got a feeling that ship hasn't completely sailed, if I'm honest with you. I think there's still unanswered questions, and there's still more room in that story, I think. Pete says, yep, that's how I feel about Jesse Jakes. Spot on. Bailey, hope you are well. You're right, lads. Villa getting top 10 next season. Some of these Villa fans on Twitter are starting to annoy me. They're getting a bit too big for their boots, aren't they?
Yeah, because they've signed three players. They think they're going to flip him win the. They started digging out. I can't remember who it was. Because we bought that. Can't remember who it was. James Ward-Prowse. They were like, James Ward-Prowse turned us down, so why would they go to a small club like West Ham?
Yeah. We'll see those European nights at Villa Park next year, won't we? For sure. Sean says a buyback clause. Buybacks normally allow at least 2 seasons at a club before it's triggered and can then expire fast. Saints just signed a brilliant keeper from City on that sort of deal. So, I mean, we'll have to read the small print on that to see whether that is in a deal, but fingers crossed not. John says Brozier at 20, you're going to blow hot and cold, but if we don't get him now, we won't be able to afford him in 2 years. Bang on, because there's only one way he's going. He's up like that. He's played in a pretty poor Southampton side, let's not lie. They loiter around that 13th, 14th, whatever spot every season. They haven't got abundances of quality there, and he's still found the back of the net a good few times. Put him in a better side like West Ham, I think he'll go from strength to strength, to be honest with you. But one player that really hasn't been going from strength to strength is Nikola Vlasic. Let's talk a little bit about him. We heard today that he's probably not going to be leaving this summer unless we sign a good couple of players in his position, so that David Moyes feels we've got enough cover there that we can afford to let him go. Where do you stand, Gary?
I really want him to succeed. I feel sorry for him in some ways because he hasn't had a fair run at it. But then I look at him when he does play, and he's a little bit lacking in physicality. He doesn't look that dangerous at times. But then he probably needs 10 games to get himself up to speed, and we can't afford that in our position. We need people to hit the ground running. And so I think, sadly, we overpaid for him. We're going to have to cut our losses at some point, if not this summer, then next summer.
Do you think that he deserves that right to a second season like we have with Said Benrahma, Mike?
Yeah, I think we do. He needs give him a bit more slack. He hasn't impressed me a lot, but he's just played bit part roles, and he's come on as a sub here and there. I think there's a player there. I think there is a player in there. He's quite strong. I don't know if he's got the pace to get away from people though. That's the problem. And you need pacey players in the Premier League. We've talked about this guy from Watford. I like the look of him because that's the sort of player we need to in our side to get out the park a bit quicker. I mean, I don't know if he fits that bill really. But the trouble is, the squad is thin enough as it is. We can't go getting rid of all these players unless we're getting people in.
Yeah.
We can't just get rid of all of them. We're going to keep Arthur now. Joking aside, we need a squad of players, and if we don't get 4 or 5 in, we can't ship 6 or 7 out because the squad's going to be even lighter than it was last year.
Yeah, I think, and I think it was stupid not to give Fredericks a 1-year contract extension, to be honest, as well. And we'll talk about him going to Bournemouth in a second. Gary and Mike, I'm going to let you, I'm going to let you jump out and jump back in if you can, because this crackle's getting louder. Yeah, both of you.
All right. Okay.
If you could just jump out. Cheers. There we go. God, look at the brothers now. Let's take some of these comments, but before we do, though, where do you stand with it in terms of Vlasic, Andy?
It depends where you want to play him, mate. To be honest, I don't think Moyes knows where he wants to play.
No.
If you're gonna stick him in a number 10, I think he'll come good. Like especially in the Conference League, I think he will come to life. I think he's got that. He played a couple of the group stages. I remember him setting up Yarmolenko and stuff like that, and I feel sorry for him. But it just proves, I'm probably going to get stick for this, but a lot of the fan base like us when we do bad. They've got an excuse to moan, and I think it's not doing the world of good with a lot of people complaining. But for me, a loan probably would be good. But the two players who I'd love West Ham to get, one of them's Dwight McNeil from Burnley, left-footed, still only 22 years of age. I think he could come and hit it up. And he reminds me of Matty Everton, and we've never replaced him. A player who can just get with the ball, and he's got a decent delivery. And James Ward-Prowse. If we get them two in, I could see him going out the door.
So let's kind of build a picture here of the attacking players that we're being linked with. So we've got the players like Dwight McNeil, Brozier, James Ward-Prowse, Emmanuel Dennis, Ismaila Sarr, the two from Watford. Many of them are building up from what you've seen. And Mike, I'll come to you first. If you had to pick the two, kind of maybe one striker and an attacking creative player from who we've been linked with, realistically, who would you take?
Oh, Sarr, definitely. I think
Sarr over Dennis.
I'd like them both, to be totally honest, and we need both, to be totally honest. But I think Sarr is probably, I think he could do us a world of good. I already do. He's athletic, he's strong. I think he'd do the job for us. Dennis, he's played in a poor team as well, and as Sarr has, it's difficult in it, to know what he can really do. But I think he'd be a good backup at least. Yeah, he'd be a really good backup at least. I like both of them, I really would. But also I think, but if I had to pick two as well as Brozier, and one of them, I'd go Sarr and Brozier.
Fair enough. I think Gary, one of the stipulations that we must have in one of these players in pace, because that's what we lack in these creative positions, pace. We just haven't got it, and we need pace in this side.
Yeah, I know you said two, Jake, but I mean, Nobes is gone, Yarmolenko's gone. We're crying out for a reserve round. We need probably 4 or more going forward. Ward-Prowse is, let's be honest, going to cost 70 million quid. We're not going to get him. I like the guy at Hull, Lewis Potter, I think he's called. I'll bring him in. White McNeil's a shout. Brozier, we've really got to push the boat out for Brozier. I mean, as close to a risk-free signing you're going to get. 30 million for a 21-year-old. That's a fantastic deal. And I agree with Mike. I like Sarr. I think he's a good player. If we can get him motivated, I think he's dangerous. He's quick. He's direct. Get those 4 in. I think we'll do all right. Yeah,
I think the key there is if with Sarr is I think if we can get him motivated, whether he's a David Moyes player. I'm not sure. If we're going to sign one of them, I'd be more surprised if we signed Sarr over Dennis, if I'm honest. But we could sign both of them, or we could sign none of them. We could sign one of them. We never know. We never know what we're going to do. But David Moyes or the Standard reported a couple of days ago, Andy, that David Moyes is looking to have at least 6 more signings. We were all like, oh, that's good news. But actually, when you break it down, that's probably below, just about below the bare minimum of what we actually need when you break how many players we've actually got when you break it down.
Yeah, I think we'd have 1 less than what we had last season because of all the players who have left and we've got Nodes retiring. So technically we're replacing what we've got. You could probably say Harrison Ashby probably adds that extra player because I think he'll feature a lot. But with regards to the players who we're linked with, I just loving the fact that there's hardly no leaks now because we don't know what's happening. Remember when Felipe Anderson signed? I think we knew before him that he was signing for West Ham. So like the fact that everything's kept going under quiet. I know obviously X leaks the stuff, but that's literally like last knock-ins. Do you know? So for me, I'm going to be greedy in the three what I think we need: Sarr, Broja, and Zinchenko.
Zinchenko. Yeah.
That'd be a good signing. Yeah.
Let's
And I
talk
would
about
play him.
left
I
backs.
would play him centre midfield.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he was very good for the Ukraine
Andy,
in the middle of the.
Andy, what do you think about Connor Coventry? Should we promote him or let him go?
I think he'll be in and around the squad. But I'm on about first team. And to be honest, if Zinchenko signs, I see Souček out, and he'll be an impact sort of player, and I'll play Rice and Zinchenko as the two midfield players. Or you could obviously add Souček and make it as a free.
Make it a free, yeah. Because I think what I'm seeing is that a few people have said Aguerd can probably cover at left back as well. So if we can't get the left back, that's what the excuse is going to be. Oh yeah, but we can play Aguerd at left back as well. That's what it'll be if we can't sign the right left back, which I hope we do, because I don't think I can muscle another season of playing Creswell at left back. First choice, to be honest with you. But Zinchenko to play in midfield, that's where he wants to play. I think would be a wise move if we can get him for a decent amount of money. Let's talk about left back. So for the ones we've got really that have been linked to that Realm, who we think now is too expensive. Hickey, who we think Arsenal have cooled down the interest on. We could get cheap and young. Tagliafico wants to leave Ajax, a European proven left back, 29 years old. We could get him for peanuts. Or Zinchenko, maybe we can kind of nurse him to play left back at times and also covering that midfield. Do you like what you see there? Gary, we'll come to you first.
I've got to be honest, I don't know too much about Tagliafico. I've never seen him play. That's Hickey I like. Zinchenko would be a brilliant signing. I don't know how much we're looking to get him for, but if we can get him for 30, 40, that'd be a fantastic signing. So he'd be my first choice because he's multi-dimensional as well. We definitely need a left back, Jake. You're right. We can't have another season with Cresswell and Masuaku. We just can't do it. It's an obvious weak spot, as we found in Europe. Both teams targeted Cresswell pretty much, and that's it. You see what happens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as well, Mike, because we need to sign a left back to stop the having to play five at the back, because the five at the back doesn't help anybody really, you know. And even if Dawson's not playing, you know, when Dawson did play last year, the five at the back didn't do him any favours. I don't think it did anybody any favours, to be honest with you. It was just painful. And the one that springs to mind is Spurs away, when I thought at 2-0 down after 20 minutes or whatever it was. I was thinking, oh my God. Playing a five at the back doesn't help anybody. Signing a left back would consolidate then a back four of Soufal or Johnson, Zuma, Aguerd, and whatever left back we choose. That excites me, to be honest with you. A solid back four.
Yeah, it does me as well. And I think even if it's a young lad, you know what I mean, a proper left back.
Yeah.
But an out proper left back we need to sign. Zinchenko, that's a different thing, because like Gary just said, I think we can use him in midfield.
100%.
And I'd really like to see him playing in the middle of the park for us. I think he would be the sort of player that would really help Rice and Souček. He could help Souček get forward. You know, he could help Rice get forward. I mean, all of them. I mean, I think those three in the middle of the park would be a good three. I really do.
Yeah.
I'll be well happy with that. And then, of course, if you do get Zinchenko, you know, he can play the odd game at left back, but primarily I want him to play in the middle of the park.
Yeah, because because he's made it clear that he doesn't want to play at left back, but I'm sure every now and then, if we really need to, he will play at left back.
Help us out if we were struggling in that position for a couple of games, you know.
Yeah.
But you know,
I can't see why I can't get him out of midfield, Jake.
Let's take some comments before we come to Andy. Dan, hope you well. Just popping in before I head for a shower. Sunburn as hell. Still less painful than losing Pope. Hands of McNeil, unless it's a swap for Benny. Well, that doesn't do us any favours really. I just prefer to keep Benny, because I think that McNeil could be average, but who knows? And I hope you win in that quiz on Chris's show, because I'm going to face the winner and I want to face you, Dan. So win for you. because I'll wipe the floor with this Championship club that somebody calls Burnley or something. Never heard of them. But Andy, which kind of left back centre midfielders Zinchenko? What are you feeling?
Like I said, Zinchenko's midfield player for me. Like you said, he can cover there, but for me, it will be Hickey. I really do like the look of him. I know it's very early comparison, but I'm not saying I'm going to sit there and I've seen a lot of him, but they say he is like Andy Robinson, and if you see what he does for Liverpool, just gets the ball, and if we've got the likes of Broja, Souček running in late, it's all you're crying out for is players like that getting up, and obviously Bowen at the back post. So no, Hickey for me will be the one. But like you said, the players who we're linked with, I think someone commented up earlier, it's the players who we've never heard of, like Soufal and Souček. If we can get another little gem who no one knows anything about, get them pretty cheap. I think the French league is the where to go.
Yeah.
They've got no
and I
money.
think that's where Newman's looking as well.
Yeah. So that
you're right, Andy, because they've got no money, and the players are going to be getting a chance in the Premier League. They're going to snap it. They're going to go for it big time, mate.
Yeah. Dan, your tactic is either Kate on Google or yourself on Google. So I hope you win. Right, three things. Firstly, Eriksen X said that we've put something on the table, but he said pretty much the majority of all Premier League clubs have put something on the table for Eriksen. Yay or nay? Shake your head, nod your head. Eriksen.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I'll say something now, right? Brentford give him the chance, and you know what? I'd like to see him at Brentford still next year if he doesn't come to us, because other teams didn't want to give him a chance, did they? No. They took the gamble on the guy, and I feel sorry for Brentford if they honestly lose him to someone like Tottenham.
Yeah.
I would, because Tottenham didn't want to take the gamble on him.
Yeah,
and
I feel pretty
nor
peed
did we,
off.
to be fair. I mean, fair dues to Brentford, for taking that gamble, and he turned them round, didn't he? Really, I mean, they were struggling. They did look like they might get dragged into a relegation fight at one time, and then that guy did a brilliant job for him. And sometimes after the sort of scare he's had, what I mean, maybe he's thinking, hang on, there's more to life than money.
Yeah, I think so. Gary Eriksen.
For sure, I'll take him in a heartbeat, but he'll go to Manchester United because he knows Ten Hag, unfortunately. So I think
that's where it go. You're right, Gary.
Yeah. To be fair, if I was a Brentford fan, I'd be pretty peed off if he went to United. To be honest with you, I think he. Pardon?
Sideways step, Brentford to Man United.
Well, exactly. Yeah, you might as well just stay on the same path, really, aren't you? But it is what it is. Let's scroll up and take some more of your comments then. Just about McNeil. Sean says a few clubs will look at McNeil due to being homegrown. Freshfielder says Saul could be another Moyes winger turned striker project. Yeah, probably. Let's scroll down. Tagliafico is worth a shout for a couple of seasons. 29 years old. We can get him for £3 million. I think it's a no-brainer, to be honest with you. Freshfielder says David Raum. He's the expensive option. I don't think Moyes is too keen on spending that sort of money on left back or Borna Sosa for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I've got no idea who that is.
I forgot about Bassey as well from Rangers.
Bassey from Rangers, yeah.
Oh, that's gone quiet, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's another shout as well. Freshfielder says I'd have Zinchenko in the Lanzini role, seeing as he doesn't want to play left back. Yeah, and a sort of maybe he'll play sitting or in that creative role. Let Rice. Well, I think they'll interchange. If they play a triangle 3, I think they'll interchange Souček, Rice, and Zinchenko. Yeah, that would be a very, very good midfield. Dan, you can have King Arthur and a bottle of calamine lotion on the cheap. Definitely on the cheap. Sean says Eriksen did have a few offers. He went to Brentford due to a huge Danish tie at the club. They were very, very lucky to have him. Not sure he owes them as such. I'd like to see him go back to Ajax, to be honest. We'll see where he goes, but he's definitely going somewhere, and it's an intriguing one to keep the eye on. Right, 2 more things. Firstly, we had Clarence and Hugh talk about a budget yesterday. £120 million. Is it enough? Has Kretinsky opened his wallet large enough for Andy?
I think that's 120 million left after because we've bought.
Yeah.
So it was
120 left. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, there's a few free transfer players who haven't been took up yet, and that'll be where. So let's just say 30 million on Brozier. For me, I think 50 million will be enough to get Ward-Prowse. If he says he wants to go, I think Southampton would accept it, and I would pay 50 million for him. I rate him that highly. I've always rated him. Even when he first bursted on the scene, I went, "This is a player I want at West Ham." Do I think it's enough? No. If a player like Eriksen comes in, I think Lanzini will go, so we'll get some cash for Lanzini.
Yeah.
Potentially, I don't think we can look at any other more players leaving before we get these players in.
No.
But I think you're right.
Not.
It's cash coming in as well because Issa Diop's going to leave. This is clear now that we've signed the Moroccan lad.
Probably.
I don't know what we'll get for Diop nowadays. 15 million maybe. I don't know. 10,
Push it 20 probably at a push.
Yeah, we might get a bit for Arthur. We've got Darren Randolph, people like that.
About 50p.
Yeah, so we might raise 25, 30 million, which takes it close to 150 million. Then, as you said, Andy, you get 50 on Ward-Prowse, 30 on Brozier. He's still got 70 left. So it's not too bad. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. So let's say now what we want, and we're gonna have a little 20-second break in a second. So what I want you to think about over this break, people in the chat and you, Mike, Gary, and Andy, is we've got 120 million pounds to spend. I want a striker, an attacking player, a left back, and the goalkeeper, Areola, and another player of your choice. 5 players, 120 million pounds. Think of it. Let's go. Check out our channel sponsors. We'll be back in a sec. Please check out our channel sponsors here on West Ham Official, SRM Carver & Son. SRM Carver & Son provide crushing, screening and aggregate recycling services across southern England. You can check out SRM Carver & Son and more information by clicking the link in the description down below. Once again, a fantastic and a huge thank you to SRM Carver & Son for sponsoring West Ham Official, and come on your irons. Who's confident they're going to impress me the most?
Not me.
Not me.
Who's going to go first then?
Should we do each position and then see if we're the same? That might be better.
Go on.
Right, we're starting goal easy.
That's easy now.
Areola, yeah.
Areola.
Unanimous.
Yeah. Left back, Andy first.
You didn't mention him earlier, but it sort of come back to me. I would take Bassi because he can play centre back as well, and we've got more cover there. So I'll take Bassi from Rangers.
I liked it. I watched it in the European final. He was absolutely immense.
He was.
Yeah.
Superb. So if we get him, blimey, what a player he would be.
Yeah. I'll go next. I'm going to go Tagliafico, 3 million quid. It very marginally takes anything off the transfer budget. I think it's a fix for 2 to 3 years. European quality. It's a no-brainer for me. Mike?
Yeah, I'll go the cheap option on this one because I know we ain't going to have that much money to spend, and I've got priorities in other ways. But I'd say the young lad, Hickey, take him on and give him a go as an understudy.
Probably 10 million quid then for him, 8 to 10, I think. So keep that. So let's take some of your comments. We need 2 strikers. We'll go 2 strikers to add to this because we need to push this 120. We need 2 strikers, a left back, a centre midfielder, and a goalkeeper. Sean says Tony 40 million, Henry 40 million. Take Brentford apart. Bassi would be a good for a sing-song in the Jesse room. Comment of the night. Very good. Very good. Hammerhead says, I doubt there's 120 million available, no chance. Well, you never know. You never know. For hypothetical rumour reasons, that's what we're going for. I can see Andy now violently typing away at Transfer Market, trying to find some players.
I just want to see whether another player I want, whether he's been signed up by anyone before I look stupid.
He's doing his research. Well done. Hammerhead's going Areola, Dennis, and Nesri, Keane, Lewis, Potter, Bassi, Zinchenko, doable with 120 million. But I don't think we have that. Right, I should stop putting these comments out because it's giving you all ideas. But let's go for a centre midfielder next. Then Gary, we'll start with you.
Zinchenko, if we can get him, I think that would be the first choice I could see. But I'm trying to think, money-wise, 120 million. How much did we get for the European one in the end? That was about 30 or 40 million, wasn't it? I thought.
I don't think it's anywhere near that, Gary. Well, it's like a quarter of the Champions League, I think.
Okay, so what you reckon 10, 15, something like that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Let's have a look. West Ham Europa League. What would the word be?
winnings.
Income, winnings, not winnings. Right, here we go. How much money will West? Oh, financial report. Should we have a look at that? Financial report. Ooh, was that from last year? Oh no, that's last year. We don't want that.
It
We
should
don't want that.
where you get a certain amount of prize money per point and everything, where you finish, don't you?
Yeah.
Europa League prize money, Jake. That's what you need to type in.
Europa League. Oh yeah, it's all through the prize. Oh yeah, we didn't win it though, did we? 2022. Oh, we got near it, didn't it? We got near it. Oh, I can't blooming find it.
Oh look, while you're asking
all right.
questions,
Okay, so I'm gonna go Zinchenko, 40 million quid.
That'd be good. I reckon 40 million. That'd be excellent.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, for me, he's my choice.
Hmm.
I like him.
Yeah. Whilst we let Andy find that, let's take some comments. Oh,
right.
Here we go.
3.1 million for getting to the semi-final.
Is that all?
But if we add to that as well, all of the other revenues. And whatever else.
Yeah, right. That's what you get for getting to that stage. Hang on.
You get progress payments, don't you, or something?
Yeah, and all the revenue we probably made from it as well. Well,
I can't sit there and work.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
all right.
I'll probably say about 15 million with all the games because it's got like if you win a game and
exactly.
stuff like that. It probably is about that.
Every game you get something, I know.
Yeah. And to be fair, them light shows must have cost a fortune, but we probably still made a profit out of it, didn't we?
We had to get a director's loan for that.
We've had 10 million on Areola. We've had 3 million on your left back.
Yeah.
And 40 on Zinchenko, so that's 53 so
53. Oh, we got plenty of money. Andy, centre midfielder.
Yeah, Zinchenko or Ward-Prowse for me.
Yeah. So let's go an attacking player that won't play striker. Who wants to go first?
Won't play striker.
No.
I think knowing more, you probably go for that guy at Hull, Lewis Potter.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
20 million, whatever he is, but something like that.
Yeah.
And the last player we got from Hull hasn't done too badly, has he? So
well, exactly. Yeah, he's loving it in his villa with Danny Dart at the moment.
Conor Gallagher. If we could get him.
Ooh.
Percent midfield.
Yeah, I don't think we'd get him. I think Chelsea.
He'll stay. I think he'll stay.
I think Chelsea have got to hang on to some of these players.
They
what worries me a little bit about Brozier. I think they're just going to have to hang on to some of these.
I don't think they'll hang on to Brozier, but I think they'll hang on to Gallagher, considering their midfield will be on a decline in the next 2 years, the way it's going. To be honest with you, but I'm gonna go Lewis Potter as my attacking player. Who hasn't gone for their attacking player?
I'll go Lewis Potter as well.
Yeah, Mike?
Yeah, fair. I forgot about him, to be totally honest. Yeah, I do like him. Yeah.
Or McNeil for me. McNeil or Lewis Potter.
I like McNeil. He was at Man United when he was a youngster.
Yeah.
And he was highly thought of then, but I know.
Yeah.
Is it your drink partner in Spain, Andy? Working as his agent now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. So 2 strikers. We're gonna pick 2 strikers. So I've got 67 million left, and what I'm gonna do is just such a lovely present. I'm gonna give. I'll give David Moyes a bit of a bonus. So that leaves me 65, and I'm gonna go Dennis and Brozier. Split that how you like. With the money left, and whatever's left rolls on to the next budget for us to just fund those light shows that cost and then bus trips. Them plane flights must be costing Sullivan a fortune, an absolute fortune. But 2 strikers, Mike.
Yeah, Dennis and Brozier for me, but also you got to remember there might be some free transfers flying around still.
Belotti.
Yeah,
Belotti.
Yeah, there may be a couple of them flying around. So, one of those as well. If it's a free transfer, I know it's still going to cost him wages, but
yeah, and you got a free transfer of Jesse Lingard and whoever else.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoever else. Gary, 2 strikers.
Brozier and Ivan Toney.
Oh, he's splashed in the cash. Brozier. God, we've gone from having Mikel Antonio as our striker to Ivan Toney and flipping Brozier. Get Gary as the Rob Newman Mark II. Spend the money.
Got to sign him first, though, Jake.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. Andy, 2 strikers.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Brozier.
That's a shout. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Would have absolutely loved them to go down because we would have just took him. But
I think Everton have got to sell anyway, haven't they? Because of FFP reasons, they got to sell one of Richarlison.
Financial fair play, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Fat Frank ain't very happy then, is he? He's got to sell one of his best players. Oh well, he'll be all right. Have a pie. Let's take some more of your comments. Right, a breakdown then. So James is going Areola 10 mil, Round 35, Aguerd 25, Lewis Potter 20, Zinchenko 30, and 3 freebies. Belotti, Lingard, Eriksen 120 mil. Shopping done for a year. I think you've been a little bit optimistic with Zinchenko there. If we get him for 30, we're onto one. We really are onto one. But I like the freebies. I like the Belotti. That's good. Yeah, Zinchenko wants to play midfield, not left back, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, about 40, we think 40, I think it was 40 million euros. Add a bit on, probably 40 million quid for that realm. Lewis Potter's 25. No, I reckon we'll get him for 20. Just about, I reckon. Kent, hope you have 6 more players, not including Areola and more if others go out. But we just can't afford to let anyone else go. Brozier and Adebayo, that's Kent's man. Adebayo, is he from the Luton?
That's a Luton.
Oh, yeah.
No, very good, very good. Richarlison wants to leave Everton, about to sign Harry Winks for 20 to 25 million. I wouldn't touch Richarlison with a barge pole, personally. No. But would anybody touch Richarlison or not?
Do you know what? Do you know I reckon he'll get the best out of him? Arteta. I think if he goes to Arsenal, I could see him being like, I can actually see him doing. All he needs is the ball played through to him, and look at the creative players who Arsenal have got. I think he would actually be good.
Oh, that would make that Arsenal side even more insufferable.
Exactly. I know you're always told not to judge a book by its cover, but he looks like a really sulky old git, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Like he's trouble everywhere he goes.
Yeah, everywhere he goes. Oh, here we go. Let's have a bit of Arsenal banter, shall we? West Ham have signed no one while we're about to sign Rafinha and Jesus. We're about to sign Mbappe, as far as I'm concerned.
Another winger who I forgot about as well, who apparently wants to leave as well, is Jack Harrison, who obviously got a hat-trick against us, who plays for Leeds as well. He could be a good addition for us.
He wants to leave, is he?
That's it.
Because he don't like the new manager. He only went there for Bielsa.
Okay.
Fair enough.
He's from Man City, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, he had an absolute field day against us, didn't he? He just ran the show. But
Yeah, he did.
would he have?
He's actually got really good energy, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think he would fit well, and he's a very stereotypical moist type player.
One player we haven't talked about, Calvin Phillips.
Yes, yeah, the old footy insider reckons that we've bid another £50 million for him. Well, for all you know, I could be the footy insider.
I mean, I'd take Zinchenko over him any day of the week, but that's my personal view.
Injuries, a typical. I think he is very injury prone. Good player, but I wouldn't pay much more than 50 million for him now. If I'm honest, with the tight budget we're on, I think we can get more players that could equate to better quality than signing Calvin Phillips. I'm not his biggest fan. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's excellent to an extent. Yeah. Phillips will probably go Man City, I suppose.
There's some other players though in the Premier League. Like I'm just literally searching for like midfield players. Like, forgot a minute, Chelsea, like Ross Barkley, if they want him off the wage book, like, if they said 10 million, that could be a good stick. I know he's gone off the butt, but obviously Moyes had him at Everton.
What's his age?
Yeah, how old is he?
28.
Is he?
So, do you see what I mean? If we could get someone like that for 10 million,
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. No.
His injuries have not been that bad since either. Right, really, he's just not got in the team. But even Loftus-Cheek, he's not been injured,
Yeah,
and he's actually
Loftus-Cheek.
played a good part. There's some good players there around who we could get.
Oh, Timu Pukki. In a better side. How old is he nowadays? He must be getting on a bit, Timu Pukki.
Yeah, I don't rate him that highly myself.
I do feel for him in that crap side, but he's
Thing is, he got
32.
down in the Championship. He scored goals galore again, but he's one of those players, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's 32.
Like Mitrovic, see how many he scores next season.
Well, exactly. Yeah, that will be interesting. How many will Mitrovic score after scoring about 300 in the Championship last year?
Exactly.
Sean says Barkley was horrific at Villa. Fans couldn't stand him. Bailey says I'm a Villa fan and Arsenal are awful. I'm glad that we brought 2 really good players in, and now I hope we get Bale. Even if we don't get him next season, our team will be sick. Yeah, well, you said this last year, and most of was it Buendia and Bailey haven't really hit where we thought they would. To be honest with you, yeah, signed some good players, but I'm not sold on Steven Gerrard. I'm not sold on Steven Gerrard for me. I don't think he's cutting the mustard at the moment. But next season will be the season, I think. Make or break.
Yeah, he needs a full season, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I think so. Mitrovic will score 8 next seaon. Lawrence says give the under 23s a chance. I think we should, but we shouldn't rely on them. And I think we could all agree we shouldn't rely on them. But they could be used, but we shouldn't be. Yeah, relying is the word. I think we need to get players in and not have to look at the under 23s if we haven't got enough players to field a match day squad.
It's a good point, the under 23s, because what's happening there? Because Perkins is about to leave, I understand.
Yeah.
Ashby's contract's run out. They're put the last year in, invoked 1 more year. Same with Ben Johnson. So I don't know what we're doing with our young players. We just seem to be not managing them very well.
Well, the Academy of Football has got some decent players there, and we're not really handling them very well, are we?
It doesn't appear so from the outside. Obviously, it's easy to criticise from the outside, but it seems strange that you've got 3 players there that look like the future of West Ham. We can't do a deal without any of them. Makes what's going on.
Yeah, Kent says Brownhill always likes him. Yeah, it's that Brownhill and McNeil, both from Burnley. I think we could go in for one of them or both of them. You never know. You tested me, Freshfielder. The Sassuolo duo are young and have banged in the goals. If they come as a pair, why the hell not? What's their names, Freshfielder? I'll do a video on them. Have we been linked, or is that your very extensive and good knowledge of the league? Whatever Sassuolo are in Serie A, I guess.
Yeah.
Very, very extensive knowledge across all 5 leagues, Freshfielder. We should look at Buendia. I like him. I don't think he's dug up trees at Villa this last season.
Right.
You could take Mings if you want. No, we've got Dawson and Aguerd. We're fine, absolutely fine. One player we haven't discussed who left and has now signed for a new club down by you, Gary. Fredericks, can you see him? Can you wave?
I saw him the other day. He came over for a cup of tea.
Did you? Did he? Oh.
What I thought, I said that you should have stayed at West Ham, mate, but he said he had no choice.
Yeah. Fredericks to Bournemouth. I was saying to Mike before we came on air, and Mike, I'll come to you first. He's going to be in the Premier League. He's going to be starting most games, I think.
Yeah, good move for the lad. I think it is. But we've got plenty of right backs, haven't we? So say that, and both right backs get injured in the first 2 games of the season, probably now. But joking aside, you got Johnson, you got Sufel, you got Harrison Ashby. I mean, there's 3 good right backs there. So yeah, it was going to be difficult for him, and he wasn't going to get many games, So it's a good move for the lad, really, staying in the Premier League. We all know he's rapid, he's quick, but yeah, he's never really done enough for us, has he? Let's face it.
I think when you put Masuaku and Fredericks together, I think he'll feel very hard done by to be let go of Masuaku this day. And people say it's different contract situations. Well, you can very easily give him a 1-year contract extension. He's gonna be playing some decent. He will play every now and then. I think in the cup games, he was now a very valuable option to have. I think with that pace that we don't have in the squad, Andy. I thought he was a very good Very good player to have. Most people don't like him, but I quite liked him, to be honest.
He's. I think he played like 70 games or whatever it was. So considering what did he give? We give him a 4-year contract or was it 3? I can't remember. He's not really. Probably the last 2 years he's done himself justice. Like when called upon, I remember obviously the double act what him and Sufal done on Grealish at Villa away during lockdown. But like what you said, I think because we got him on a free. I think he was on about 70 grand a week. So just think that's another 70 grand off the wage bill. Which we can get off as well. But no, good luck to him. He'll get a good reception when we play him. He's not left on bad terms. But talking of ex-players, have you seen Yarmolenko is expected to sign for Fulham this week?
Fulham. I saw that. Fulham. Not far to go, is it?
Good luck to Fulham.
You watch him be the top goal scorer in the Premier League now, Gary. You said
that. If he goes to Fulham, they'll probably use him as, an out-and-out
as a striker,
and he'd be the main man, because I can't see Mitrovic banging in that many goals again, like Championship's his level, I think. But, he could score a few goals for him, as long as you don't give him too much work, as long as he can wander around that top there and just get the ball in the back of the net now and again, he'd probably do a decent job for him. But
Yarmolenko always reminds me of like a player on 11 aside, like Sunday League who likes to have a fag and is blowing after 5 minutes. Like in a game, he's sitting out. You can see him; he's knackered after 5 minutes.
Almost thinks he's better than he is until about 10 minutes in, where he's like, "Why did I sign up for this?"
But he changed his attitude towards the end of the season. Obviously what was happening in his home and everything, and everyone.
He got us to Conference League, didn't he? He got us to Conference League.
Most definitely, and he scored that other goal against Villa, was it?
Yeah.
Villa when he scored at home. I mean, great finish.
I think
he scored some brilliant good goals.
The goal against Chelsea. He'd be remembered fondly for all that.
I think Andy's right. The reason Yarmolenko and Fredericks both left is wages. They're both on big money. I like as well, but there's always a mistake in it because he always ball watched. At some point in the game, he dropped concentration, and that's his trouble. And it's the story of his career because he's got everything in his game to be a top class player. He's got pace, he's got skill, he can cross the ball, but he switches off, unfortunately. And that's the trouble.
Fair point. Yeah, fair point. Sean says Fredericks a Championship player in my opinion. I'm not saying that he should have been starting every week because he wasn't, but I think he was a good asset with one of the very few players in our side that had pace. Obviously, he doesn't have. Well, he still has the pace, but not with us anymore because we're just a side with just so little pace. It's actually just so frustrating that it was actually when he came on, he'd get the ball and he'd run, and with the pace he had, it was like, oh, lovely. Kent says Eriksen is a game changer. If we could get him, he could play anywhere in midfield. Robert says, where does this 17-year-old Kelly play? I think X said this could be the next player. BBC, we like the good old BBC, don't we? Sport said Coleraine teenager Patrick Kelly has agreed to move for West Ham. Irish, I think, somewhere in Ireland. Patrick Kelly. Not to say I've ever heard of him until about 2 days ago, but hey ho. Midfielder, I think he is. Peter says. Send Fredericks out on loan for a year, then see what happens. I'd have rather just kept him there and just went with it, and he would have played a bit here, a bit there, Sean says Fulham, a very, very attacking-minded side, suits Mitrovic and possibly Yarmolenko. Possibly. See, I get this point. Time to move on from Fredericks, not the next level, but not the next level, I know, but for the players that we've got there, we need bodies. We need these bodies, and we've let one of them go that we could have kept quite reasonably.
Mike's right as well. We've got three right backs who could sit in, possibly ahead of him. Johnson fell for sure, and Ashby the way he's going. So
Yeah, I can understand it, but I still feel like there's almost a bit of unfinished business. But I don't know.
70 grand a week's a lot though for a reserve right back.
Yeah. DJ Rusty B in the house. He's still got his woolly hat on. Rush is still cold. Lovely today. Well, you've still got a hat on. Fredericks gone gives Ashby the opportunity, I hope. Yeah. He had that breakthrough game against Spurs in the cup. He impressed us all, I think. Hopefully he'll break
So
through.
a grip game for me was the one. He just looked so positive going forward as well.
He looks one of the better ones there, didn't he? More overall more accomplished, you know. Yeah, Andy, come on, you could have made your bed. Well, he has made his bed. Stop moaning, Russ. Stop moaning. To be fair, Russ, you could probably go down and sort it out if you like. You're only 2 minutes away, I suppose, aren't you?
Yeah, come on, Russ. Come on, Russy B. Giving it all the big one come on the camera and tell me that.
Yeah, come on. In all church. Make your bed. Yeah, Andy's just chilling out, ready for all the cider he's going to have to drink in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've got a festival on Saturday as well.
Oh, he's ready. Yeah, he's coming. He's ready. Ready when you are. Charity boxing match. Andy Miles. Oh dear.
I'll back Russy B. I couldn't hurt Russy B.
Nobody could. I see. Well, one name that hasn't been pushed around for a while is Ben Brenton Diaz, an interesting name.
He's available
he's
on
classed
free.
as homegrown. Is he?
Is he?
Is he really?
His contract's up. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Blackburn geezer, isn't he? Yeah. Let's have a look.
Is he free?
No, contract expires 2023. He's got 1 year left.
Well,
If he's got 1 year left, then they've got
They'll want to flog him then, won't they?
We've got a chance. Yeah.
Transfer market value him at just under 15 million quid.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted about 25 in January, I think. But decent player. Right, here we go. Let's have a look at what Kent says about this Kelly then. Kelly is just a punt signing like the young Irish striker we bought in earlier in the year. Moyes did a lot at Everton. Brought Coleman from Sligo for peanuts and Stones from Barnsley. Oh, yeah. Well, there we go. He's got a thing about bringing the youngsters from Ireland. Yeah, but you know.
Who's that one who played? That other Irish one. Who we had years ago, Maguire. He played for Preston, I think, didn't he? Do you remember that Sean Maguire?
Yeah. Maguire, was it? Yeah.
Mm. To be fair, Andy, we couldn't afford one half of the West Ham network to fight you, but we've got another one, and you won't like this half.
Bring it on, man! Bring it on! Come on out there!
Oi, Savalois! How you doing? All right? Not bad.
Loving the Barnet.
Mate. I'm actually trying to grow it out. I've never grown it before, but I'm getting dug out week in and week out. And I'm actually weren't taking the mick. I was actually being on it. No, I know, but it's like people think I'm putting products in it, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, look at the state of it. Like, it's just going wild.
Is that the new West Ham Network sponsor? A hair product? Is that what it is?
It's actually Manscaped.
Manscaped, yeah.
Oh, you don't want to use that on your hair, do you?
It promotes the opposite. So
precisely.
What's happening anyway? We talking transfers.
Just anybody and everyone that comes to mind.
Yeah, good.
Think of a name,
isn't
it?
Yeah.
Who's your first?
What'd you say, Gary?
Who would you like? Who's your first pick?
I mean, I'm delighted with Aguerd, and I don't want to go over old ground because I'm assuming you have spoken about him, but you know, it's a tough one. I mean, I didn't know about him, obviously not. And then when we do the shows, it sounds like we know about him, doesn't it? You do the research, and you do a bit of research, and then you watch a couple of videos, and you see a lot more information about him. But the thing that really I like about him is the fact that he's really pacey, he's really fast, and he covers a lot of ground, and he looks like he gallops, like he actually gallops, rather than he's like that little ticky-tacky steps. So I like him. He looks composed. I think we've missed a composed defender since, ready for this one, Winston Reid. I genuinely think between Winston Reid and Ginge, we've missed that kind of, well, Ginge wasn't as composed as what Winston Reid was, but we've lacked that composed defender. Apparently he is quite composed, and I think that's what we desperately need in defence. So I'm intrigued to see how he steps into the plate.
And the fact that he speaks fluent English already is a bonus.
Mate, did you not love his interview? I thought
he spoke better English than Carlton Cole.
Yeah, mate. But do you know what I really liked about him? It was the fact he was banterful. So he doesn't just get the speaking English. He can actually he can banter and I thought, wow, he'll fit right in there, like right in there. So I love that.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
And then obviously, Areola. I mean, I'm confident that's getting done. I mean, your typical reporters, Darmesh and all that sort of stuff are starting to, go in and say that we're probably going to get him through the door. So that's good. But you don't really, you've got to count him, but you don't really count him if he does sign because he's been with us, It's just whether or not he'll be number one, which I think he will. So
I think he will. Yeah. Who else is on your wish list? And Anton, we kind of went through 120 million, 5 players. What are you going for?
I certainly don't think the Lingard deal was dead.
No, we said that.
By no means. He's been in America. He's been in LA. He's been living it up. He's in New York. I think he's now in Paris. So he's not even home yet. But that doesn't mean I don't think he's, having an idea of what clubs are interested in him and stuff. So I don't think that one's dead. But I think I would like to see that reunion because I do think Moyes can again put their hand round his arm around him and get him back to his best. And in actual fact, he didn't play much for Man United, but some of the games he did, he was quite effective. Of course, the one against West Ham.
But I think, what do you think? And I'll ask around the room. Gary, I'll start with you. What do you think that the West Ham fan base's reaction will be if Lingard signs after the whole saga we've had over the last 2 years?
The West Ham fans on Twitter will be negative as always, unfortunately. But I mean, I think it will be a good signing. I don't think he'll come to us. I think he's holding out for money, and apparently there's something happened with his watch or something when he's last year that he felt like badly treated or something. So I think he probably won't come. But I think I look at him as a player. I've never understood West Ham fans booing West Ham players. It's always been beyond me. How that helps us at all. So I would welcome him. He was very, very good for us when he came. If he's still got it, is he 30 now, Jake? He must be getting close to 30 if he's not.
I think he's still 29, isn't he?
Yeah, and he probably want a 4-year deal, so you got to weigh it up. I think it's a big investment. I probably wouldn't go for it. It's down to me personally, but if we got him, I'd still be happy.
Yeah,
I think. Can I just interject there? I think someone in our chat actually today was saying they would rather palm off Lingard and bring Eriksen in.
Yeah, we've discussed him. Eriksen. We'd all take him. Yeah, Anton's happy.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Anton's happy, and he's lost his microphone as well. I think it's just
Hello.
No, he's still there. He's still there. You were just checking because we know Anton's growing a Jeb Wards. We've got live footage of the West Ham network. That's Anton and Russ, live from the West Ham network HQ.
Probably could do that, to be fair.
That is a bit cruel. That was a bit cruel, mate. That one.
Look at that. Look at the state of that. But I'm doing this. I'm going back for the old top knot. So let's see.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it.
Can you come off?
He is. Yeah. There you go. The button wouldn't press. Luke still wants Carlos Sanchez. Well, that's just going to carry on into eternity, isn't it? Right. Let's listen to Kent. He says, my 6 are Hickey, Eriksen, Lingard, Broja, Adebayo, Callum, Styles. Is that like Harry Styles' brother or Callum?
He's the one who played against England for Hungary, Barnsley.
Did he? Yeah.
Oh,
Is
really?
Yeah.
Oh. See, Kent just plucks these players out of the air, and I ain't got a clue.
To be fair to Kent, like he does do a lot of his due I can't say it. Due diligence and research, yeah. and
Research.
He doesn't really just look into the stats as well. He looks into the player. And he watches a lot of football. And
he looks into everything. I can.
Yeah, but it's good when you get guys like that. I've got a mate who's like a Rangers fan, but in actual fact, he's just a football fan and he just understands players and teams and what they need and what they don't need.
Can you tell him to have a word with Bassey? Can you tell him to have a word with Bassey to come to West Ham?
Calvin Bassey, yeah, mate. I know.
Calvin Bassey.
Yeah, I like him. But there's another player actually, Conor Gallagher. Have you spoke about him?
Yeah. I think Andy, you mentioned him.
Yeah, I would be all over that as well.
Mate, I'm the same.
He's just got that instinct. Like we need to get an established England midfield player. James Ward-Prowse or that, or like you said, I said English, but I would love Zinchenko, Anton in midfield with Rice. I think that would be outstanding.
Yeah, he's a
Zinchenko and Rice.
To be honest with you, out of all those players you've just said there, I think Conor Gallagher's the one for me.
Yeah,
he's kind of just been he's been boiling just under the radar, really, hasn't he? He was at West Brom. That was when I first saw him because he played against us, and he was phenomenal. He was a standout by far player for West Brom against us when they got relegated, moved to Crystal Palace, Player of the Year. And then you see little clips of him even more. And did you see that tackle he did against Jack Grealish in England training?
Yeah.
But what I saw was it was just the full-blown throwing himself at everything, no matter if it was training or a game. And I think that's what I think West Ham fans would love Conor Gallagher.
I think we're all percent against Jack Grealish, to be fair.
Yeah, we all love that. Just slide in, take the ball. Yeah, have that, Grealish. Have that. Right, I think we've talked transfer rumours to death, to be honest, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let's go final thoughts then. And the question is that we haven't really discussed is the summer transfer window going to plan? So far, 12 days in, one player signed officially, a couple we think are close. Mike, we'll start with you. Is it going to plan? What is the plan?
Mate, we've got one. I mean, let's not get too excited. There's a lot of work to be done, mate, to be totally honest. A lot of work to be done yet. But it's still early days. So I'm not panicking. I'm definitely not panicking, not until 1 week before the start of the season. But joking aside, hopefully we know we need 5 or 6. Maybe there will be some free transfers thrown in amongst those 5 or 6, but that is bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum. And I'm not counting Areola in that because I think Anton said it. He's still he's one of our players anyway at the moment. That's a position that is absolutely required. Full stop. We keep saying we need a striker first and foremost, but hey, goalkeeper maybe even before that.
Yeah. Andy, is it going to plan?
Yeah, because like I said, there's not many leaks happening. There's probably a lot of transfers happening in the background, and I think we've learnt our lesson. Moyes would want the players in before, like I said at the start, before training starts. I think they're not this Monday, the Monday after. I think they're back
Monday.
on.
They're back
Monday.
on Monday.
Oh, was it this Monday? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I've got a little exclusive for you, but it's not really an exclusive.
Who are they playing in Scotland?
No, they're travelling up and they're training at St Andrews next week. So
Are you going there?
Yeah, I'm planning to go through. It's a two-hour drive, but I'm going to take the little man and then hopefully we'll do it live. No, I've got the little man, so he won't be interested in that. We'll just be proper fanboys, but we'll probably do a live link up as well and show people a bit of the training. We got a little slapped wrist the last time we did that, but we'll probably do it again.
Oh no!
Yeah, Anton's going to get his West Ham pom-poms out, ready to go. Woo! Oh,
it's quality though. Like it's so good. Like it's so good to watch.
Invested in a nice drone and send it up above the training session.
I'm not joking, Gary. I recorded the whole session, everything. It was like an hour and a half.
You should get a proper setup. Like you should get a tripod, a proper camera, get it linked up to Russ at the other end.
They might phone the police. But the thing is, though, it is cool. So apparently, the rumor is, well, it's not rumor. They're back at training. I think they'll go back to the training camp in East. Where is it? Rush Green.
Yeah.
On
Can't
Monday.
forget that place.
And at one point, I don't know when they'll move straight up to Scotland, and they've got, from what I understand, the 6 days or 5 or 6 days up there, and they've not got games to my knowledge until the Rangers game, which is the 19th of July.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and get to the Luton. I'm going to try and get to the Luton game on the 23rd because my mate's a Luton season ticket holder, so I'll definitely get a ticket. So hopefully go and see that as well. Seeing a lot of ex-West Ham players as well. It's literally ex-West Ham FC Luton.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah,
that's right. They've got Potts and Burke and
Noddy's still there.
Snodgrass. Yeah, Snodgrass is
Snoddy. Oh man, yeah. Wow. And Lens away as well. Just a short trip off the old ferry from Calais. I'm sure a few will get a bug and want to go over there because they haven't been on a European tour for 4 months.
Have you seen the Sorry, I know we're talking about transfer. Have you seen everyone's disappointment about the loyalty points? I think everyone's crying. All the West Ham fans.
What?
So they've
Well, 'cause they've
scrapped all the
halved it pretty
points.
much,
It's only
yeah.
literally last season only. All your other lottery points are gone.
That you got
What from the previous seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's literally just last season only.
So you start again.
Well, I'm on 3.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
I thought I was mad. I think I've gone down to 18 now.
I'll tell you what, though, Anton, those 3 will get you everywhere. They'll
Yeah.
get you absolutely everywhere. Simon's here, though. Good evening. Yeah, just give us brochure whilst you're there. Give us brochure whilst you're there. Hope you're well, mate. Right, who hasn't said whether it's going to plan or not, because Anton diverted us to St Andrews and golf and Scotland and everything else.
I think it's going to plan, Jake. I think the key thing about this transfer window is that the season starts so early, August the 7th, and it's 24 days before it closes, the window. So that could be quite interesting. 4 or 5 games. And there'll be inflated prices then when you suddenly realise your left back's rubbish and you need to buy one. Then you're going to have to pay top dollar for it. So we do need to get our planning in sorted out. Hopefully Rob Loomer's got a list of targets to get them in, as Andy said earlier, mid-July, ready for training.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Andy, you want to get your green screen back out again because you're getting battered.
I come on for 10 minutes and all I've got is absolute crap. This is just, I'm still here an hour later.
You're lucky you're here and you're not still on your holiday, mate.
I wish I was now, mate. I would have definitely rubbed it in with everyone. But I've got like I said, I've got the festival on Saturday, and then I'm spending the week with in Somerset next weekend, isn't I, lads?
Oh, you're necking that cider. We're getting that cider and you're necking it.
Top quality cider coming your way.
Yeah, proper stuff.
What we're doing, a vlog of my weekend, Jake? Are you doing a recording?
Yeah, I'm getting you as hammered as I
could-
possibly can.
Yeah, you definitely can't release it on your channel. You're probably
No, I'm going to film you. I'm going to go back, and when you have that curry, I'm going to make it as hot as I possibly can. I hope you like spicy.
Oh, I can give it a go.
Oh, give it a go. Yeah, we like that. Right. Right. We better start wrapping things up because Anton's like, well, Love Island's on at 9 o'clock and I need to watch it. So, yeah, no, Anton.
What? Love Island?
Yeah,
No, I'm watching The Boys. On Prime. If anyone hasn't watched it, get involved in The Boys on Prime.
Okay.
There we go.
Very
That's
cool.
a bit of free advertising for Amazon Prime. Anything else anybody would like to discuss before we go?
Yeah. Andy, is the transfer window going according to plan? See, I'll do your job for you, Jake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anton, is the transfer window going to plan?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad we covered that. I'm glad we covered that. Oh, look at this. Wedding is 3 days away. I look forward to hearing or seeing the pictures of Mr. and Mrs. Mason Mount. Simon, I hope it goes well, though. Congratulations. Yeah, make sure it's a good cake. No Chelsea on it or anything rubbish like that. What a good cake. What a picture. I want it all. Good stuff.
You said
Anyway.
he's going to film the speech. Scott's speech. Yeah, that'll be a good watch.
Oh yeah, lovely stuff. Scott Venn is the best man, so I'll film the speech for you to watch. We need it. We need it.
Stick last night.
James says a very good start to the window, Jake. If we keep it this quality or better, I'll be well pleased. Let's ban that popular term back up. Okay, whatever you want, James. Whatever you want. Right, we'll leave it there because I think we've talked it to death now. Anything else anybody would like to say before we go?
If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the thumbs up for young Jakey Boy, West Ham Official. Hit that subscribe button now. There's a bell notification. Hit that bell notification. That will notify you when his shows do go live or pre-recorded.
I'll get my coat. Thank you very much. And of course, you can check out Anton and his lovely friend Russ on the West Ham Network. We all love a bit of Russ because we're gonna have Andy and Russ having a fight over Andy's messy bed in Hornchurch tonight.
Pillow fight live for Portugal.
Yeah, pillow fight down the back of the boozer, 11 o'clock tonight, scheduled in.
Russ gives it all the big one, but he's a mouse really when he's face to face.
Yeah. He comes away for 5 minutes, then he just disappears into thin air. But we'll leave it there. Only one thing left to say: we are massive, absolutely massive, and let's spend all this money, shall we, West Ham? Let's spend all
Yeah.
the money. We'll catch you soon. Drop a like and subscribe. We'll be back with some more pre-recorded stuff tomorrow. Final comment, evening all. What's the word on the street? You've got COVID, Terry. How are you keeping up? Are you still alive, obviously? Still alive.
Loads of people I know have got COVID.
I
Actually.
know. It's like flared back up. Everybody's discovered it again. Everybody's discovered it. I'll tell you what, before we go though, I went round in an Aston Martin today. You want to see the state of this? You want to see the state of this?
What, you was in an Aston Martin?
Yeah.
What, it got smashed up?
You're in back line, were you?
Yeah, look at the state of this. Oh, I won't load now. Look at the state of that.
Very nice.
Very naughty.
Because that's how I live, that's how I roll.
Dad treating his son.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I did have a new driver offer today. Going Leeds away is going to be oh so luxurious next year. Oh so luxurious. But nah. Anyway, adios. We'll catch you soon. Thank you very much.
Take care. Cheers,
Mike, Andy, Gary, and of course Anton. And it's gone on. I'll tell you what though. Just before we go though, whenever Andy comes on, it goes on an hour more than it should do. Andy, it's your fault.
Oh, I won't come on no more. See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, he's found the door.
Bye.
Bye. Cheers, mate. Thanks, Erebby. Thanks, everyone in the chat. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Good.